Welcome to the Church Solutions Podcast, brought to you by JSL Solutions. The Church Solutions Podcast is designed to help equip you and your church in the use of technology and other tools and services. And now, here are your hosts, Steve Lacy and Phil Thompson.
Thanks for joining us on another edition of the Church Solutions Podcast.
Hi, my name is Steve Lacy.
And I'm Phil Thompson, and we are in Steve Lacy's perfect setting.
Yes, we are. My home office with a cool breeze blowing through with the windows open.
Yeah, and needless to say, we are in Arizona.
Yes.
Which is why we can do that.
Yes, it is very nice.
And everybody on the East Coast is freezing.
Yes.
Aren't they? I don't know what's going on there, but I assume that they're still cold back there.
Depends on where you are, but yes.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to rub it in, but it is pretty nice here in Tucson.
Yes. All right, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about reasons why your church should consider using more video, or if you don't use any video, you should use some, and maybe if you're using some, you should use more.
Right. So I guess you titled this Reasons Why Your Church Should Be Using Video.
Yeah, and I actually stole parts of this from material from Jonathan Howell, who's the director of the Strategic Initiatives in street. I can't read. My glasses are always terrible. Strategic Initiatives of Lifeway Christian Resources. And he's also a producer with the Rainier on Leadership deal. But we've also got some other things we've added to this as well.
Not Mount Rainier, but Tom Rainier.
Tom Rainier, yeah. Yes. TomRainier.com.
Yes, I was listening to one of their podcasts.
Oh, yeah? What do you think?
It was good. It was, I guess it was similar to ours, but theirs is much more leadership focused.
I was going to say they're more professional than us.
No, they're just more. They don't get into. They're more pastor leadership kind of thing.
Right.
So
yeah. Well, we talk about that sometimes.
Yeah.
So obviously we are a company, JSL Solutions, and we do provide streaming video for people with streamingchurch.tv. We have mobile apps. We have website templates and stuff. But what we're talking about today in video is not just streaming video today. It can be video.
Yeah, it's typically not streaming video, right?
Yeah.
And these are just ways to use video in your communications, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got eight reasons
we got
why.
8 or so. Yeah, we'll see how they fly. But the bottom line here is that online video really has continued to take off over the years online. People, it's all over the place out there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram's using it now. And, you can reach more people. Video can increase the exposure of your church's ministry now much more than ever.
Exactly.
So we got some reasons why you should consider this.
I don't post too often to Facebook, but I did this weekend, and it was a video.
That's right, you did, didn't you? I didn't see it, though, but I great. Well, congratulations. How many people saw it?
It was mainly at my wife's urging because she was not at the event I was at, and she's like, post a video on Facebook so I can see it. So I obliged.
Yeah, and that's exactly the way she talks, too. All right, so let's jump into this here while we still have life.
That was via text to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay, all right. But that was your interpretation.
That was the exclamation point. Yeah. Post it to Facebook.
Well, the lady today at Baggins, her voice was just like chalk on a grease board or chalk on a blackboard to me. Did you notice that? She's probably listening. I mean, seriously,
boy.
We're talking about voices. I mean, I'm distracted here, but gosh, couldn't understand her half the time, and it was loud. And
you sound like an old geezer. Couldn't understand what they're saying, and they're talking too fast.
They're talking too fast. All right, let's get into the things here before we lose the 3 or 4 people we've got listening. All right, so here's some reasons, 8 reasons why you should really do more video if you can, and there's actually no excuse why you couldn't, so let's talk about that. Number 1,
video captures attention longer.
It captures attention longer. And so the main reason social media sites are promoting more and more video to its users is that it really does keep users on the site or the app a much longer period of time. And so if you want to capture the attention of your members or maybe potential guests to your church, video updates can be very effective for that.
Right. And I don't know if we're going to get into this, but when we're talking about video updates, we're not talking about high production quality, get the cameras, get the lights, get a professional guy and edit it and then put it out there. These are kind of like I did over the weekend at my son's jiu-jitsu match. Just taking some video with your camera of what's going on and posting it in the various venues. So it's something, whip out the camera, turn it on, give you a 30-second, 1-minute message, and then post it.
Yeah, and I used to do this with your pastor, Jeff Love. We would do a thing Monday morning where we would kind of promote what he was going to. We'd cover very, very quickly what he, just maybe a mention of what he had talked about that weekend before and how to apply it to your life, and then we would kind of project about what was going to be happening the next weekend. And we did it all within 2 minutes. And we just used my iPhone, and lighting was good, and video, the audio was good enough, and we would do it. We would post it. We'd post it to YouTube and Facebook and different platforms like that. So really, that's all you have to do. And you're right, Steve. We don't have to go through some major production.
Yeah. So I guess that line that goes into our next point here.
It does. Yeah.
Which is video is cheaper and easier to make than ever before.
It really is. I mean, seriously, it really is. Online video for your church has just never been easier. The smartphone is really, really all you need to produce a quick and a very simple video or an update, announcement. If you want to get fancy, you can add a tripod. You can get an inexpensive microphone if you want to hook that up to the deal. If you've got an area that's pretty well lit, and again, your video is how far away you are from your subject, I think, is important. You don't want to have something where the guy's, far away and you can't make it out. But, you can really do some stuff. And honestly, with just a few practice runs, you can come up with something that's really good and good enough, I should say, for social media.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's something, and you want to, it's got to be, like you said, the bar is really, really low and easy to get across. You don't want to have something that people can't understand or make out what they're looking at. Yeah. But that's anything above that is going to work. And
we mentioned it just at the very onset here that we weren't talking about streaming video, but you could, if you really wanted to take something from a service that you streamed over the weekend and you wanted to take it and do a quick edit and edit, maybe somebody's point that was 2 minutes long, you could do that. You could edit something you've already done online and put it back up there. And there's editing tools out there now that are
even on your phone.
Very reasonable. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So, it's cheaper and easier than ever before.
All right. So that was number 2. Number 3, people often remember video more than text.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying out there, and I think that would probably be true. If you really want to drive home a point to your attenders, to your church attenders, video can do that. We do live in a very visual society, and many of your members, our members, they're visual learners. I'm a visual learner myself, and so video, very good way to communicate your message, and it serves its purpose very well.
Exactly.
In that area, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm the same way. You're going to remember the videos a lot longer than a text-based post somewhere.
Yeah. And, speaking of text, you've noticed, like maybe with Facebook and some of these other ones now, because I will post little comments on Facebook, but you can now on Facebook, you can spruce it up a little bit. You can put a background on it, and you can put different colors, and that's all. We're not talking video here; we're talking text. But they're doing that because it stands out more than just a 1 or 2 lines, and because again, our society is visual. So if they see a text, it's backgrounds and color.
Our society is short attention span.
Yep. What were we talking about? Okay. Yeah. All right. So people remember video more than text. That was point number 3.
All right. Number 4, video allows you to communicate in context.
Yeah, a tweet or a short statement can sometimes lose its authority, lose its power when it's taken out of context, from the full article, the full passage or whatever. But with video, you can communicate the entire message within the context that you really want.
Right.
So, again, it's just a very simple point here. but it's helpful when you're trying to communicate something to people.
Yeah, and it also brings in the whole nonverbal aspects as well.
That's
because
true.
you read a text and you're like, oh, like we're learning, we're learning from our children. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you respond to the text with "okay," that means you are extremely upset, and so that's a no-no. And so
See, I didn't know that.
You didn't know.
I've heard rumors.
We're just learning these things.
I thought it was just K. I thought if you just responded with the letter K.
No, okay is the according to my children that are millennials. They said that means you're angry and it's okay. You want to put KK, which is life is good.
KK is cool or something.
Well, KK is okay, and I don't know, single
okay,
K.
I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, and my wife and I were both like, well, okay, we didn't know we offended, because they would respond with,
why are you offended?
Yes. Are you mad at me? I'm like, no. Why? Because you said okay.
Oh.
In the reply to the text. So anyway.
So when you and I are texting from different offices, I need to put KK now instead of okay?
It doesn't offend me, but if you're going for the millennial crowd, there's certain things that are...
We'll have to ask
that
our
are
expert.
KK and certain things that aren't KK.
We'll have to ask Zach Yenser, our expert, our resident millennial expert about that.
Yes.
I don't know.
See if there's any reality to it.
It must be true,
right? It may
right?
be an isolated thing. I don't know.
It's probably true, but honestly, I don't care. But all right, let's move on. I really don't. But I'll try to remember.
Getting that full-on old man thing going.
Get
off my
lawn.
I
really am.
And I don't care. And what's this world coming to?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So number 5.
Number 5, as we talk about reasons why your church should be using video. Go ahead.
Video builds trust.
It builds trust. It's like a bank. It builds trust. Well, no, not really. But trust, as we know, is obviously the foundation for any good relationship. Building trust should be the goal of everything we do when it comes to communicating. I think the whole concept of trying to get your church out there, in fact, you can get this from marketing people, so to speak. The whole concept of marketing is based on trust and creating long-term relationships. And I think you can apply that to the church in the sense that you're trying to connect with people.
Right.
You're trying to build relationship. You're trying to build something to encourage them, and hopefully you can get something from them as far as trust and input from them on things. And so I think it really does build some trust. It lets people,
It's a little more personal than a text post.
Yeah, exactly. And again, as you said earlier, there's this... you can pick up things from video, that you couldn't from text, in body language, I guess, and even the way somebody says something. Mm-hmm. Like I'm known for my sarcasm, and when you text that kind of a thing, sometimes it's hard to pick that up. Is he being sarcastic? Is he being friendly?
Is he angry because he put okay?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say something, but I won't. Okay, so...
Probably
somebody
bad.
I was communicating with on text this morning. They were trying to do something, and I was rolling my eyes, and so I responded with the word wonderful. This guy had this plan to do something, and I thought, this is not probably going to work. But I didn't tell him that. I just said, well, that's wonderful.
That's good.
But maybe it is, but I was kind of rolling my eyes when I said it. So, all right, let's move on here. We're in trouble. I'm in trouble. Already.
Yes, so number 6, your members are more likely to share video than text. And it goes further.
Yeah, I think, again, there's studies done on this. Our buddy here, Jonathan Howell, who's the Director of Strategic Initiatives at Lifeway, and also is involved with Tom Rainier. He says that they post content.
Not to be confused with Mount Rainier.
Right.
Because it's Tom Rainer, not
Tom Rainier. Oh, Rainier. Okay, sorry. TomRainier.com.
We can definitely count on you to mess up names.
It's true. It's very true. Now they're going to sue me. So they say when they post content, they post daily on Facebook. It's typically like a link to the blog post or an image. But when they did a deal where they ran Facebook Live video. They did some kind of a preview of some deal they had, Church Answers staff meeting, and the video had a much larger reach and had much more interaction than anything else they had done before. And partly because they thought the content was good, but they felt like it was mainly because the audience on Facebook was more likely to share it, more likely to engage with it. And I think that that's probably true.
I think it's very much true. My wife has recently she went and had her old 8mm videos converted to digital a while ago, and she's posting on a family page. And I know the videos get a lot more
hits,
engagement from people than just the text posts.
I have old there's old videos, 8mm stuff that I brought from Ohio years ago, and they're sitting in my garage in a Barth Farms turkey box. Back where I was, there used to be this place called Barth Farms that raised turkeys, and so we'd get these turkeys every year for Thanksgiving in this box, and then we'd keep the box and store stuff in it later. So I have a box that's probably 50 years old, and those 8mm films are at least 50 years old, maybe more, and they're probably just, if I pull them out now, they're probably just going to disintegrate, I would think. I don't know. You think?
Maybe.
Think they'd last?
In the Arizona dryness.
It's so dry out here. But the weather's nice. Did I mention we had the doors open today and there's a breeze? All right.
So that was number 6, right? Your members are more likely
we're moving along here
to share the video than text. So.
Yeah. Another reason why you should consider using video more for your church.
All right, number 7.
Our friend Google loves videos. I was just talking to Google about this the other day.
Yes.
And Google said that they really love video. Videos allow you to increase the time spent by visitors on your site, which is a good thing. You want people to come to your website. That's why with our streaming video, we have a deal that people can embed it on their own website, because you want people to come to your church website. It's longer exposure, builds trust, signals things to the magical search engines out there, namely Google, that your site has good content.
Yes, they've got video.
Yeah.
And Google owns YouTube, so
That's right. They are taking over everything. So there's a deal out there called Movely, I think. Did I say that right? Or Movely?
I would think Movely.
Movely. They got some stats here that says that you're 53 times more likely to show up on first on Google. Did I butcher this up?
A little bit, yes. So if you have an embedded video on your website.
Yeah. You're 53 times more likely to show up on Google first.
I don't know, I take
true?
those with a grain of salt.
But that's But Movely says so here.
Yes, I know. Did I tell you how the magazine editors figure out their top 10 lists?
No.
They go back into a back room and just start talking about it, and then come out with, these are the top in order, and it's not based on anything other than three people's opinion of. Yeah, they mentioned you think this is a bunch of scientific stuff, and this 53%, I think is.
You think it's bogus?
I think yes, because nobody actually completely knows.
So that reminded me. So I used to be in Christian broadcasting, in it for about almost 20 years. And we would put out every week the top Christian songs every week on our station. And
it was your guys' favorite songs?
Yes. Basically, for the most part, yeah. For the most, we did
based
look
on sales or...
We looked at some national stats. We did look at those.
Yes.
But when I was doing, and we had, my music director did it most of the time, but I did it a little bit. But we would just put down, and we took into account phone calls, because back then,
right,
it was phone calls, it was requests, and so we would take into account, okay, so many people asked for Michael W. Smith. And by the way, did you know Amy Grant's coming to town? I think she's in town tonight.
I did.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
She's playing at she's singing, I think it's at the Fox tonight.
What do you know?
No, but anyhow, so
you digress.
I digress, but that was, you mentioned about how people determine certain things. We just kind of determined it on our own. I like this song. Let's make it number 2. So, all right, let's go.
So Google loves video. Number 8 in our top 8. reasons to have video on in your communications toolbox.
Video appeals to mobile users. And again, you'll probably argue with this stat because that's what you like to do, but video and mobile.
I argue with SEO stats, like people really know. I've got this figured out. Google emailed me the algorithm, and now I know. It's if you have video, it's a factor of 53. Like, you don't know. You're just guessing.
Well, according to this, 90% of consumers watch videos on their mobile.
Yes. Now, this is something you can actually get data for.
Right.
As opposed to figuring out.
So from Q3 of 2013, I have no idea who Q3 is. Mobile video views have grown more than 233%. Do you know who Q3 is?
It's Q3 of 2013.
The third quarter.
There we go.
Gosh, what am I smoking today? All right, yeah, the third. So according to the third quarter, this podcast went downhill after the first minute. But we know this, and we know this. We have stats that we have for our streaming video people, and we know that mobile users are on the increase.
Right.
Many people watch video, even the stats that we have, which are really accurate stats. It's not just something we dreamed up. We actually have stats.
We don't sit in the background
analytics.
and decide that, what do you think this month it ought to be?
We don't do that. We actually have detailed analytics for streaming. And we do see a huge, it's really increased a lot over the last few years.
Yes.
Mobile users are watching.
Video, yes.
Yeah. So YouTube reports mobile video consumption rises 100% every single year.
Wow.
And again, Google owns YouTube, right?
There you go.
So they should know. And so the point is this. Look, since people like to watch videos on the go, the number of smartphone users are growing. Your video audience is going to continue to get larger and larger.
Yes. So that was the 8th reason.
That was it.
Our top 8 reasons to use video. So use video, huh?
This goat circus is over now.
It's easy, and it can be done.
Well, it is. And the truth is, really, you've got this now. You've got the technology in your hands. Most of you listening have smartphones. Start small. If this feels overwhelming to you to do, as far as using more video on your website or on your Facebook page, start small. Just start it with something. Maybe post something once a week, maybe.
Yeah. And one of the things that kind of comes to mind is I'm envisioning the listeners. They say I've got a small church, and I'm going to put something in front of people. I want to make sure it looks really good. Mm. And there's to the point that Zach was making that he was getting sick over, but with the video is a lot more authentic, and it doesn't need to be a polished piece.
Right.
It just start doing it. Make some short personal video clips that are not approved by the board to go out to the congregation, and the results will be good.
Yeah,
Don't
absolutely.
hesitate.
Yeah, for sure. And we'd love to get your feedback on this train wreck today. You can certainly just send us an email, support@streamingchurch.tv. Tell me all the names I've mispronounced and all the stats I got wrong. But seriously, we'd love to get your feedback. We really would. And we'd love to hear even some examples of maybe some things that you have done for your church or your ministry that has maybe helped you connect with people, maybe get some people in the door, help people, find God, help people in their lives. So we'd love to hear from you. So please, send us an email or chat with us. And while we have a moment here, what are our fine products that we actually offer people?
So we have streamingchurch.tv, Church App Live, and myflock.com.
So churchapplive.tv or churchapplive.com?
.com. Probably both. I would think so, yeah.
You didn't pay $10,000 for that?
I did not, but I think I have all the variants. So.
Okay, good. All right, yeah. Check us out. And mobile apps, again, I've noticed kind of a increase in mobile activity, people wanting to get more information from us on mobile apps. We'd be glad to help you. All right, we're done. Time to move on here. Thanks, folks, for spending some time with us. We really do appreciate you, and it's always a pleasure, and it's a privilege to be able to be played on your iPhone or your Android or listened to on YouTube. Thank you for spending some time with us today. He is Steve Lacy. My name is Phil Thompson, and you've been listening to the Church Solutions podcast. We'll catch you next time. Take care.